separation of each different organization. And the reason this separation of power is very important that to make politicians responsible to the public is because in the monarchy or communism, there are no political competitor or powers. So, and their power is not from citizens. So there are no reasons to reform or renovate themselves or reflect citizens' opinion to the policy. So there will be a low responsibility to them, and there are high possibility of corruptions. And the second reason is the popular sovereignty. This ideology is stating that the authority deciding the political form of the nation is up to citizens. To make it easier, citizens decide the nation's future and the form. And I think this popular sovereignty is of value important is because through this democratic ideology, we can participate in the politics and we can vote for the leaders from mayor to the minister and president, and we can have powers to bring them down too. And we people can create systems which popular amount of people can take advantage, not minor dictators get profits. In communist society, a single dictator or party rules over the whole citizens, and there are great possibility of humanity ignorance, and there will be a serious rich-poor gap, and rich get more richer and poor get poorer. I'll give you an example of China, that they are never allowing any kind of an ideological freedom from the communist idea. This is the presentation, and there's an absolute rule in the Catholic that no bishops or priests can be nominated by the other priest or the other political form. The only Pope and the Cardinal can nominate them. However, in China, they are neglecting this Vatican's opinion because of the political system and the event that Vatican approved Taiwan as a nation which is a political enemy of China, and they are not allowing any bishops nominated by Vatican, and they cut the priests in the jail. And like this, even a single religious rules can be neglected in the communist country. So the politicians would be a puppet of the party or the nation. So they would not appeal their opinion to the nation, and they would never able to reflect citizens' opinion to the policy, and it would rather give a negative effect to the nation. And lastly is the constitutionalism. It's ideology that the whole political behavior or policy of the officials or the citizens should be based on the laws and democratic idea. And regardless of political positions, even he or she is a president, they are under this duty. So although not all the people are behaving righteous and legally, but it's better than, I think it's better than the communist society, because there are no legal systems or they don't have any duties about it at all. So there will be a much more corruptions. So I think the democratic society is the best systems that make the politicians responsible to the public, so make the political society better and more, yes. Thank you.
More yes? Thank you. Good organization. Try to, next time, be a little more engaging. Eye contact especially. Gestures. Okay. All right. Nice. Good work. Who's the opposition leader? That's you? Don't forget the score.
Okay.
I will be the judge next time.
Will you?
Because I'm going to Japan for 4 days.
So you'll be absent Monday?
Yeah.
That's fine.
What?
He's going to be absent Monday.
So I'm gonna be the judge for Friday.
Next Friday?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Alexis.
Are you gonna sell headphones?
I haven't decided. Probably.
I brought my money.
I don't have them with me.
Oh, okay.
Alexis.
Good evening, I'm Alexis and I'm the leader of the opposition. And our resolution is, our argument is democracy is not the best form of government. And we have two reasons of this, and I'll present one. First, I'll rebut the Prime Minister. Briefly. He first said that communism is not effective because there are no separation of power. However, democracy is not effective because of separation of power. Because, for example, of our country, Korea, there are separation of powers. Three separations: legislature and judicial and
You said 3.
You're a judge.
oh, okay. I said two.
You said executive, legislative, judicial.
Executive. I didn't say. But the three parts are very relative, and they don't do some don't the three parts of the separation of power is not not real separation, because they work together and always there are corruption, so it's not that effective because of separation of power. And he said communism don't mirror citizens' opinion. However, communism is a theory of or system of social organization based on the holding of all property in common. So it's
POI.
yes.
But communist countries nowadays doesn't care their citizens.
But he said democracy is what is the democracy's meaning? Okay.
Do you mean how did he define democracy?
Yes.
What was your definition of democracy?
Democracy is the form of the country or political system that the citizens rules over the nation. Citizen is.
The definition is also not correct in this situation, because the deputy leader of the opposition will talk about some problem of democracy, although the definition is not correct. So she will explain about that.
P1.
Yes.
At first, you're the leader of opposition,
Yes.
and you said in situation, but it's the general definition of the democracy. But you're saying that this is the definition of your situation. This is not.
She's saying they're going to redefine democracy.
So you said this definition of communism is not correct. So we are saying also that democracy's definition is not correct. So I'll continue our reason. Our first reason is that many countries in the world today, notably China, are proving to be successful even though they are not democratic. And also most democracies suffer from corruption and crisis on some level. Today I researched some very many examples of each country. Two are democratic countries and two are not democratic countries. So I'll focus on each situation and example to prove my reason. First, two are democratic countries, and first of that is Europe. Europe is not a country, but these countries, many countries in Europe is suffering from financial crisis, especially England, France, Italy, Spain, Belgium. It's very serious problem in that countries. So I prepared one chart.
Yeah, just hit it.
Okay. It's so small, but this is the average index of industrial product growth of Europe countries, average index. So this point is 2008. So there then 2000. Yes, in 2008, the financial crisis has begun.
Okay, so what's the first point? What's the beginning point? What's the time span?
2000.
2000, okay.
So because of this financial problem, Europe is now in a crisis to be separated in many parts. Scotland in England and Flanders in Belgium, Basque of Spain and Catalonia in Spain had already become independent from original countries because of financial crisis. And my second example is USA. This is the debt of USA. It is very debt which USA had a change like this. So it is their expenditure and it is their income. So and according to CBO, their debt seems to increase until 2019, and there will be 82% of debt in their GDP. So these are my two examples of democratic countries, and now I show rest two countries, and it's simple. It is China financial growth rate, and this is Vietnam financial growth rate, and other charts are in our deputy leader of the opposition has many other charts about these many financial problems and social problems. So I already mentioned that first two are democratic and latter two are non-democratic countries. We can find out that many countries in the world today are proving to be successful even they are not democratic countries, and I believe my research examples helps your understanding of this. Thank you.
She has a slight meltdown. Logan. What are you doing?
So hot.
Okay. Do you think dancing will help?
Yes.
Nice tiger.
Show them some things. Hello, my name is Logan and I'm the deputy leader of the opposition. Oh, thank you. Before I talk about my reasons, I will rebut 2 examples from the leader of opposition. The leader of opposition said there is a problem in separation of power in democracy. But we're not talking about effectiveness. It's about responsibilities of politicians and their cleanliness. And second, she said the communist country like China are growing up, but however, manufacturers from inside and outside of country make them unpowerful and fall behind. Now I'll get to my reasons. Our idea is, our resolution is that democracy is the best form of government. My reason is that most of developed countries are democratic countries. So, after World War II, communist countries have fallen, like Soviet Union. And after World War II, the United States and United Kingdom, like democracy, but not fully democracy like UK, has dominated the world, and they're still dominating the world. So here is the top 28 countries that has highest GDP. So the United States has top rank, of course, and the South Korea has ranked in 9, and the 6th place United Kingdom is 14 Japan. And why I highlighted this is that those are parliamentary government, but their freedoms and human rights are well guaranteed. So that's why I highlighted them. And my second reason is that I didn't talk about the definition of the developed countries, the definition of the developed countries. So, more developed countries, or MDC for short, is a sovereign state that has a highly developed economy and an advanced technological infrastructure related to other less developed nations. So I'll get to my next reason. My next reason is more.
POI.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I didn't get your idea because the words were so complicated.
Oh, okay. So MDC, more developed countries for short, and is a sovereign state that has a highly developed economy and advanced technological infrastructure related to other less developed
I'm not talking about your speed.
Oh,
Can you explain about the passage a little bit more?
okay. So most of developed countries are democratic countries. So you were asking about this?
I mean, I didn't understand your idea.
My idea is the most of.
I mean, that passage. What you were
About
talking.
sovereign
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
and
more
infrastructure.
developed countries has developed economy and better infra. So infra talks about
Infrastructure.
city structure and like public society. So, did you get there?
Okay.
I'll get to my second reason. My second reason is the democracy countries have more potential. So there is BRICS. There is a country called BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China. But and
Yes.
yeah, that's right. What is S? Okay, but B. The Brazil is also a democracy country, and Russia is also a democracy country, and India is also a democracy country. But China is not fully a democracy country, but they say they are a democracy country. So I have a graph and a map that claims that governments who see themselves as a democracy. So these red countries do not see themselves as a democracy country. So the first one is Vatican City, and the second one is Saudi Arabia, and third one is Vietnam, and the fourth one is Brunei, located in Southern Asia. And this is the graph. So you can see big difference in the graph and also the map. So the blue part is really dominating the graph by 97%. And you can see this is the two that how many the democratic countries and non-democratic countries, and you can see a lot of difference in here.
What is the first one in the map?
So this one? Yeah. This one is that how many governments see them as selves as a democracy. So they claim that they are
Claim. Yeah, public claim.
Yeah. You can see a lot of difference in this graph, these two graphs. So, and I spoke 2 reasons about my reasons. I think I gave you enough reasons. So we think that democracy is the best form of government.
Good. Thank you.
Is there a third argument? What is the third argument?
Pardon?
What is the third argument?
It's not necessary. If we had a larger class, we would get into that.
So the second argument is over.
Oh, yeah, second argument's over. Well, Andrew is going to give the second argument for their team. Okay? Andrew, we've got like 6 or 7 minutes left, so you might want to go ahead and get started. Okay? Okay. So you're going to give the follow-up, the final speech, and that'll be Monday. Okay? So you want to find inconsistencies in her argument, but also you should attack their entire premise as a whole. Okay?
Teacher,
Pardon?
may I ask you something?
Sure. Turkey considers themselves democratic, yeah.
Is it really?
There are a lot of countries that aren't really democratic. They consider themselves like China, Russia, yeah. A lot of countries in the Middle East, Turkey, Egypt, Syria is a good example. Okay.
Do I present?
Pardon?
Do I present? I mean,
No. That was enough, just telling me.
Hi.
hello.
Hello. My name is Andrea, and I'm the deputy leader of the opposition. And I want to talk about two things. Include the one more of supportive examples of our first reason, which our leader of the opposition claimed. Okay. Before I say my reasons, I want to rebut some points. What Deputy Prime Minister said. Will you rebut our team as that this debate is not talking about the reality? It is actually talking about the real definition of the theory, right? You said it that way.
Okay.
Right? You really said it that
But
way.
I said that effectiveness.
Okay, so that you are not talking. So we're not now talking about effectiveness. Only the theory's characteristic.
But he said the responsibility of politicians.
No. I questioned it. She was dealing with the idea for whole 5 minutes about the economic reality and not about the theoretical things.
Okay. The government team said that just with the definition, the democracy is much better than communism, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But, well, actually, it's not working well. Communism is not working well in most of countries, as we can see. The best example is North Korea. That actually we can't call. Well, actually, that country is kind of considered as a hell existed on the earth, right? Exists on the earth, and yeah, it's true. It's not working well in a real country, and as you said. Russia was
Russia.
The Soviet Union, not Russia. Soviet Union is actually they're now separated into many countries, right? And well, if we just look at the theory of communism is actually good too. You know, they're actually talking about if we don't consider about the effectiveness, communism is also talking about no homeless people, and everybody's is equalize it, and everybody's can have a equal payment, and no poor, and no gap between poor and rich. So, just with the definition of the theory of communism is also good, right? We are talking the communism is not good because of its effectiveness, and also if we look at about the effectiveness, democracy is not working well too nowadays. Well, the idea is good, but it's not working well in reality. I'll give you some examples, and that is my main reason, my main idea of my speech.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll give you some example of this. Some cases like is happening in Korea. The first thing is that a company calls Macquarie. Have you ever heard of this company? Macquarie. It's a Korean company, actually. This company's leader is actually the nephew of President Lee Myung-bak. Did you know that? Actually, actually, as you can see, the government and this company is very, very related. and government sold a tunnel of Umyeon Mountain to Macquarie Company. And because of it, just because government was focused on economy, not about social, not about the other majority of people, we have to pay 2,500 won just to use that tunnel. And actually, it is increased. It actually after 2015, there's a plan that the company will raise the fee to 3,000 won. Well, we can't say anything to the company because actually it's the thing which company is having. Okay, and the worst thing is, company makes a plan. Why are you laughing?
Made a sound. My stomach.
Oh, okay. And the company makes a plan at the start of the year. Is it right? At the
Beginning, sure.
beginning of the year. And if they don't get enough money at the end of the year, government pays rest of the money with our taxes to the company. It's not fair, right?
All right.
Okay.
Save the rest for next time. We'll finish up, and you'll start. Wait a minute. You'll start preparing for the next.